Right, buddy, this is the Manchester United vs Barnsley third round of the Carabao Cup preview. In this video, we'll be talking predicted team tactics and what Erik ten Hag ultimately must do to get the win. I think this is a very good game for Manchester United, an opportunity to rest some big players, and ultimately it's a chance to get some young players in and around that team. I think after Manchester United kept the clean sheet, got 3 points in the game against in the game against Southampton, this is the perfect opportunity to give the players a rest, a well-deserved rest. Some of the players who played a lot of minutes, some players went off with cautions. I think ultimately this is just a good game to kind of get some minutes and really rotate the squad. And this is what Erik ten Hag must do. We've got a busy couple of weeks now for Manchester United. We play Spurs, Crystal Palace. We got a Europa League game, Aston Villa as well in the coming weeks. So it's going to be a big few games for Manchester United. So I think we've got to be careful in the way that we play. And I think ultimately this is a game where rotation must be needed. Now Barnsley, they're a League One side. They lost their last game 3-0 to Stevenage. They're a team who, listen, I don't know too much about them. I'm sure they give it a good go though. But it should be a game Manchester United should be winning comfortably. I think you look at going into the game, we have got the kind of confidence, winning 3-0. Goals from Rashford, De Ligt and Garnacho. Defensive masterclass. I think this is the opportunity for players like Toby Collier, Harry Mass to kind of come into the team. Maybe an Ethan Wheatley. These young players, I mean, UGARTE starting as well, that would be something positive because I think we need Manuel Ugarte in that team. He got, what, 15 minutes against Southampton and he looked relatively sharp. This should be his opportunity. Full crowd at Old Trafford, it should be. We know it's a Carabao Cup game is against Barnsley, but the United fans will still be there. I think Ugarte will start this game and I'm hoping he'll get maybe 60-70 minutes under his belt. What he'll need, I think that midfield as well, Collier, as I said, another opportunity for young players, and that's ultimately what Ten Hag must do. Last season he was criticised a lot for not rotating his team often enough, and that's something for me he has to do today against Barnsley, because we will struggle if we continue playing the same players game in, game out. Ultimately won't be sustainable. Players will pick up injuries, and listen, we're against a League One side. We should be ultimately be able to rest our squad. We go into the team and we go into the game with the confidence that we need, and yeah, I think we will get the win over the line. I think it's all about, as well as we've seen against Southampton, having a good performance. We had a good performance against Southampton, and I think this is the prime opportunity to go out, score some goals and ultimately build on that performance. Yes, we want to see goals and we want to win the game, but ultimately it's about how we win it, and that's ultimately the manner. And yes, we can't take too much from this game because it is against a lower league opposition, but it's good for fitness. Good to see a few more players who probably wouldn't get many minutes in the league. And I think that's what should happen. We should be just keeping possession, keeping it tidy, kind of work the patterns. And yeah, that is what this game's about. And I think it's all about obviously progressing. Carabao Cup's a great opportunity for Manchester United to get another trophy under our belt. We've got the nice draw, we're at home, and ultimately that's the confidence that we need going into this game. Now, if we're going to predict the team, I think in goal will obviously be Onana. I mean, I think Erik ten Hag will continue to start him. We know that kind of we've got Heaton, we've got Bayendia, maybe he'll start, but it doesn't really matter. I think Onana will be in goals. I think defensively we must make changes. Left back, for me, this is the perfect game for Harry Mass. A young left back playing against a League One side. I know the under-18s or under-21s played against Barnsley a couple of weeks ago, and they did very well. Jack Fletcher scoring a wonderful goal. This is sort of the kind of game where you see players like that come through. I remember Kobbie Mainoo came on in the Carabao Cup game for Manchester United 2 seasons ago. So yeah, I would like to see that. But left back for Harry Mass for me. I don't know if Erik ten Hag will start him, but that's what I would do. Then you got to give Delo or Mazraoui a rest. I'll talk about the right back situation in a moment. But yeah, for me, Mass at left back. I don't think Luke Shaw's quite fit yet. Right back, listen, Mazraoui went off and he looked injured. I think definitely one of Delo and Mazraoui need a rest. Who would that be? I have no idea. For me, I'll probably give, I don't really mind, but I'd probably give Mazraoui a rest. or you can even do 45 minutes each for both of them. 45 for Masraoui, 45 for Dalot. That's somebody certainly I would look at. I'd probably start Dalot in the game. Centre backs, Dalot and Martinez for me should be on the bench. Eric Ten Hag should not risk starting them. I think Evans and Maguire should be the starting two. I think Evans, get a few minutes into his legs. Maguire did look like he was struggling, but I think he did continue the game. It did look okay, so I'd put Maguire in at centre back. I think we're going to need the rotation, and this is the perfect game where we do rotate our centre backs. Going into midfield, I would like to see Manuel Ugarte in that 6. As I said, we got a glimpse of what he can offer in that game. I mean, you could see Casemiro start. I mean, he had an okay game against Southampton when he came on. Played that great ball for Dalot, but I would go Ugarte, Collier, and Eriksen as my midfield 3. I think Eriksen could get a few more minutes. This is the perfect game for him in the number 10. Rest Bruno Fernandes, Collier as well. Good opportunities, had some few good minutes in the Premier League in that game against Liverpool, and for me deserves an opportunity, and this is no better game than that. I mean, Casemiro could get a place in that midfield, but you could see Casemiro start over Ugarte and bring Ugarte on if he's not quite fit, but for me this should be a game Ugarte starting. As I said, number 8 would be for me Collier. I think, listen, he probably is more of a 6, so he might be able to rotate, but for me that'd be something if I was Ten Hag, I'd be looking to do. It's all about that rotation. I think Collier really does have that potential, and really it's all about finding his best position. Maybe play Ugarte in a bit more of an advanced role, but I think for me it's the best thing that we should do in this game. Now the front 3, I think Garnacho for me deserves to start on the right hand side. I think we could give Ahmad a rest. He had an okay game, actually a really good game against Southampton, but for me I want to see Garnacho start after that goal against Southampton. I think he deserves it, and I'd like to see Rashford on the left. People are saying now Ahmad's unfortunate to kind of get dropped, but for me Ahmad would start a game against Palace, and I want him to be fresh. Rashford is all about him building on that confidence. He got a great goal against Southampton. Hopefully he can build on it against this game. We should get a lot of chances, and I think I would love to see Rashford score a few goals, so that's what I'd go with. And then up front, I would keep Xerxes. I think, listen, Xerxes, he had a lot of chances where he should have scored against Southampton, and he should have had quite a few goals so far for Manchester United, a few against Liverpool, but listen, for me, it's only right if you start him again. Højlund will be coming back soon, so he might not get as many minutes, so this is, for me, the perfect game to start him in. I think his quality will be shown, and I think his link-up play was absolutely brilliant against against Southampton, and I think you see him start. So some big changes. I would but bench Bruno, bench Dalot, bench Martinez. I'd put one of Dalot and Masraoui on the bench and kind of rotate them. Mainu as well is important for him to get a rest. I think he's looked a bit exhausted in the games that he's played. As I said, centre backs as well. But I think the forward players, they should be able to fit where to go. For my score predictions, I'm going to go 3-0 Manchester United. Hopefully we can get a clean sheet, progress to the next round. And listen, Barnsley, I haven't talked about them, but because I don't know too much, but I know they are struggling, and I think this should be a game United should win now. Key players to watch, I'm going to just do 2 from United because I don't know too many from Barnsley, but from United, I think Garnacho is one of them, and Rashford one of them. I think this is going to be a game where United create a lot of chances, and I think it's about how we can score goals, and I think Garnacho and Rashford will be 2 instrumental players for us, not just in this game, but the whole season. And I think it's all about getting them in sort of the mindset where they can score, because we know they can score, and I think they will be 2 very exciting players. But let me know your score predictions and thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. We did enjoy.